Well, a hearty good evening to you, wherever you may be. It is that time once again for the Champion Brothers, Bubba's Big Broadcast, ChampCast, whatever it's called, or
Let's just talk some Southern gospel. How about that?
indeed, that sounds good to me. That's Neal right over there. And
That's Chris. If I get my finger back, right there, that's him. Yeah.
so, pardon my truancy last week. I was off being Nikolai Zubritsky, which that's a whole nother long story. But
Say it in the right accent.
no, I don't. I've exhausted my Russian accent. So
Okay. All right.
But I did get to see a little bit of it at the end of it and enjoyed you and Mark and some of the stories y'all were telling, the music you were playing. So appreciate you covering for me in my absence. But
Oh, yeah.
we are still looking forward to another great week. Got a special guest or two or three or four. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go yet, but we'll see in a little bit. But we told you last week that Mom was going in for some did we get real technical? I think I said on the radio the other day she was going in for some replacement parts, but
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And
but
some
you
building
want
of some new parts.
you want to give us a quick update?
Yeah, I can. I know a lot of you care a lot about Mom and have been kind of following us along the last several months of journey. But yesterday, Mom did have a hip reconstruction procedure or surgery done where her hip was so worn out they couldn't just replace the joint. They had to basically reconstruct it. So they've used metal plates and all kinds of stuff to build her, I guess, a bionic hip now. So the surgery went well. She's been resting well last night and today so far, and she's just got a pretty good road ahead of her as far as the rehab goes. You know, some tough stuff to go through. Any of you been through any kind of orthopedic type surgery like that know what she's got ahead of her, but I can safely say without a doubt our mom is tough as nails, and I'm sure she will get through it. But yeah, the things are going well so far, and thanks to many of you that have asked about her.
Yep, I had some folks stop by the park today that had listened on radio this morning, and that's the first thing they asked me before they got to the business at hand was, how's Mama doing? So
Right, yeah.
always glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing that we are here to talk about tonight is big doings coming up a week from this Saturday, November 19th at the Fayette Civic Center at 530 Temple Avenue North in downtown Fayette, Alabama. Glad to be bringing Endless Highway to town, along with chosen witness and faithful friends, and we would love to see you there. This concert, like I said, starts at 6 o'clock. Absolutely no admission charge. Just come up expecting a great time of the Lord and get you a seat in the wonderful Fayette Civic Center. And looking for a great night that night, a week from this Saturday. And Neal, you've kind of taken the bull by the horns on this deal, but we are so excited to have Endless Highway coming a week from Saturday.
Oh, we are, man. Can you believe it's almost here? I mean, we started these back at the first of the year, decided, okay, we're going to have 3 events a year. And, I mean, they came and went. Dixie Echoes in March, Lefevre Quartet in July, and bam, here we are. Endless Highway in November. Definitely excited, but we've been telling you guys about them, those maybe who haven't heard them. I know a lot of you have. A lot of you even remember the days of the Joylanders. I say the days of, but for several years back when the Joylanders would come to the Columbus, Mississippi area and surrounding parts. Columbus is about 40 miles west of Fayette, I guess, where this event's going to be held. And you guys have got to come out and got to come and enjoy this family and the music they're going to bring. The spirit that's going to be there that night, I have no doubt at all about the spirit being there. And we just want you there and coming and supporting. And in doing that, you'll let us know, we want to keep having these events in Fayette, Alabama going forward.
And right quick, before we get to our special guests, we're going to say some shout outs and some howdies. Tanya Hodge Chapin says, Neal doesn't look like how I remember. Chris, you still look the same. Well, I'm sorry or congratulations, whichever one's in order.
Yeah, she probably remembers me being a whole lot rounder, about 100 pounds.
Yeah, something like that. And Sis checking in from over in Jonesboro, Arkansas, saying, hello, boys. And Johnny Duran said, happy to hear the update on Mom. Continue to pray for her healing. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. And hope all is well with you and yours. So, Neal, bring in our special guest.
Man, excited. I'll have to say that My wife and I got to go. Loretta got to go to NQC this year, as we have many times before. This year we were blessed to go, and I actually talked to 3 of the 4 Endless Highway members during the convention. But the one I'm about to bring on is the one I didn't get to talk to. But so
Well,
I'm
that's the way
tickled
it
to have
is,
him
you
here
know.
right now. So, yeah, come on in here. I'd like to welcome Jay of Endless Highway that's going to join us tonight.
Yeah,
Look, right there
Hey,
he
man.
is.
here I
Well,
am.
give him a big round of applause. Yes, indeed. So they're going crazy. All 62 listeners. So.
Yeah. Jay is a Facebook pro, buddy. You talking about
Oh
somebody that
my!
goes live on Facebook now? He wears
I
it
try
out.
to.
So he's
I
a
try
Facebook
to.
pro.
You,
You
you
can
could probably,
teach us a thing or two tonight.
yeah, I was
no.
going to say, you could probably coach us a lot. And
Ah,
Jay, been following y'all for a few years now. I still hadn't got the honor of meeting y'all in person yet and seeing you like Neal has, but man, we are looking so forward to y'all coming to Fayette a week from Saturday.
it's going to be a fun night. We're excited. We are excited.
For folks that may not know about Endless Highway, Neal talked a little bit about the days of the Joylanders and the transition into Endless Highway. Just kind of let the folks know who all's in the group, what you kind of do, what you expect when you come to an Endless Highway concert.
Okay. Well, the group's my mom and dad, and then their 2 kids, myself and my sister. Allie and I'm 26 and Allie's 21. So there's some youth in the group, but we still do hymns. We love the old songs. We'll work in some newer stuff, some stuff that you probably heard on the radio. We've actually got a song on the charts now about the business, number 19 this month. So we're excited about that. But with radio and everything else, our goal is ministry and our goal is anointing. So if you're able to come that night, that's our prayer when we leave the house. Lord, let us say something between a song or pick the right song for the night, or if it's just shaking hands at the product table, Lord, let us know what to say and when to say it and use us. So that's our goal of any concert. But we'll try to hit a high note or two and play a fast song, and we'll do a lot of instrumentation. Mom plays the fiddle, the banjo, the mandolin. Dad's on the guitar, Allie's on the guitar and mandolin. I play the upright bass, and then we'll do some standard Southern gospel stuff too. So we kind of get bored at concerts when because some groups just do the same thing over and over and over, and we don't do that. We're kind of ADHD, I guess. We're all over the place.
And I love what your dad says when you do the kind of the Western swing or maybe even the bluegrass kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
we
You've even got an alternate ego or alternate identity for that, right?
yeah, the bluegrass stuff. Allie's got a song now she does. It's an old hymn. I've Got a Mansion. I don't know if that's the correct name of it. That's what we call it before we play it on stage. But I've Got a Mansion over the hilltop, that the hymn. And we've got a Western flavor to that. And people love it. When you do those old hymns, people just go crazy for the old stuff. And it's my favorite too. It's what I grew up singing in church with my family, And that's what I've said to people that don't know who we are. I say we're getting the family back together. A lot of churches, they separate on Sunday morning. The kids go over here, the youth goes there, and the old folks go here. But at a concert like this, the whole family can come together, and we'll do something for everybody.
I guess you have, as you just mentioned, grown up in this, but it seems so cyclical. I've gone through a couple of generations worth of Southern gospel now, and it seems like about every 20 years or so, somebody said, well, there's just not any young people in Southern gospel anymore. But I think you can, not only because of your involvement in it, but do you feel that way?
Well, today we've got the Mile and Hayes family. We've got the Irwins. We've got a lot of groups that have youth in them. There's still a desire for this type of music for the younger folks. The Taylors are out there, the Kramers are out there, and I could keep going on with groups that have a lot of younger people in them. It's not just 4 old guys and a piano player anymore. We've got a lot of youth in our industry, and I think if anybody comes to the concert, when they leave, they'll be like, I wasn't expecting what I got out of this, but it's not what we do. It's what he does through us. And that's our whole goal. And that's what separates our genre from other styles of music. there's a deeper meaning to these services. It's not just a concert, it's a service, and it's a ministry for us. Because I promise you, it's not fun when you're laying underneath the bus. It's not all glitz and glam. When you're laying underneath the bus with antifreeze running all over you, it's not all stage and lights. I promise
Heart,
you that.
the voice of experience.
Yeah. So
And something else that you guys have done, I mean, like you say, you're all over the map. People are going to like something, or people are going to like most everything that you do, but you're going to do something. But you've also gotten an affiliation over the last short period of time with Mark Lowry. I mentioned that
Yeah.
is talking about ADHD. What's
Yeah.
that like?
Man, it's incredible. And I don't know why in the world he chose us to go on tour with him. But it's been such a blessing to our ministry, and just thrown us into the deep end, really, to an audience that we weren't ready for. We weren't, we were just singing in little churches around, and we got the opportunity to go to NQC, and his manager noticed us. And next thing you know, Mark said, I want them to come with us. So we get to do maybe 10 or 12 dates with him a year. And we're doing 2 with him this weekend. We'll be in, tell me, mom's across the table. She's helping me. Where are we at? Wichita, Kansas, and near Denver, Colorado. So we've got a lot of traveling this week. He sings far off from where we live.
Well, just knock him in the head and just bring him to Fayette with you. He'll never know the difference. So.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. And I tell people always come up and ask, what's Mark like? But I'll tell you, he's everything you want him to be. He's exactly like he is on stage, off stage. He's a true blue guy.
Yeah, it was cool. We got to, like I said, my wife and I was at NQC, and we got to see y'all sing with his part, one of the, what are they called? Not showcases, but the matinees, I guess.
Matinee, yeah.
There you go. And I took note of what he said. One time he said something about that he wanted to do for others what Bill Gaither did for him years ago.
Yeah.
He said, and I want to do that for others. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great blessing, because he don't have to do that. He don't have to do that. And he's used the Martins and the Roops and other groups for years, and sisters, but he said, I want to expose somebody and help them to get their name out there. And he's definitely done that.
Good deal.
Well, man, like I say, we can't say enough how excited we are about you coming to Fayette next Saturday, a week from Saturday. Tell you what, you mentioned it a while ago, the song about the business. Can we play that? Have we
Sure.
got time to do that? Let's listen to Endless Highway and their current radio song and about the business.
And it's going to start any time now, right?
If you're scoring at home, that goes under the operator error portion of our program. Wait just a minute. I know it's coming, but I forgot to do one thing. See, Jay, you are the social media guru. I told you could coach us on this, and I forgot to do one thing. So give me just a second. We'll do this and that, and you'll see something that you don't need to see, but I'll get it out of the way here shortly. And I think we're good to go now. Let's give it another whirl. I was hearing it, but y'all weren't. So let's hear it again with About the Business.
It's time to be about the business of the Father. It's time to be about the business of the King. We could sit all day, sing and pray, but there's work that's gotta be done. Jesus set us free to let the whole world see that the victory's already been won. It's time to be about the business of the Father. he said, why did you worry? Now didn't you know I had to be about the business of the Father? It's time to be about the business of the Father. It's time to be about the business of the King. We could sit all day, sing and pray, but there's work that's gotta be done. Jesus set us free to let the whole world see that the victory's already been won. It's time to be about the business of the Father. Nowadays we're so busy with more than our share. Sometimes it seems at the end of the day we just spend time chasing the air. We gotta make sure our labors are not in vain. We've gotta work while there's daylight out in the field. We need to be about the business of the Father. Oh, it's time to be about the business of the Father. It's time to be about the business of the King. We could sit all day, sing and pray, but there's work that's gotta be done. Jesus set us free to let the whole world see that their victory's already been won. It's time to be about the business of the Father. Walking, talking, working, listening. We're gonna be walking, talking, and working, listening, singing, preaching, shouting, reaching. It's time to be about the business. It's time to be about the business of the Father. Oh, it's time to be about the business of the King. We could sit all day, sing and pray, but there's work that's gotta be done. Jesus set us free to let the whole world see that the victory's already been won. It's time to be about the business of the Father. It's time to be about the business of the Father.
It helps if I unmute my microphone when I'm talking.
There we
but
go.
anyway, but we're new to all this high technology stuff. All right, mighty fine.
Mighty pretty.
I was going to say that is the fastest 4 minute and 50-second song that I believe I've ever listened to in my life. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been around radio, and you love those long songs. You know, when you don't have a computer running everything, and some of y'all will get that, but I love that song. I mean, this is grooving from the get go, and you can't help but bob the head, pat the foot, whatever the case might be. But how did y'all come about? Is that an original song? Where did
No,
y'all get
that
that one
one's
from?
actually written by Wayne Hahn, and I believe Taranda Green Beam wrote that song.
Yeah.
I know when we were listening to the demo, we listened to it and we said, you know what, that's a good song. And the demo was just a workshop thing they did when they wrote it. It was just put their microphone on voice memo record, just them standing around, and Taranda sang it, the demo, and she was doing everything that Allie does. And we call it vocal I went blank.
Gymnastics.
vocal gymnastics. She's just going all over the place. And our producer, Wayne Hahn, said, Allie, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to. She said, no, I got it. She walked in there and sang it. And she can do it every night, too. She's
sung the notes off the page, did she?
Yeah, she did. She can. Yeah, she's good. She's good at it.
Indeed. What you got, Neal?
I need to say hey to Billy Boo Boo Shaw. He's on there tonight looking out, of course. Loving that bluegrass gospel when he was mentioning bluegrass earlier.
Yes.
Glad he's in the house tonight, for sure. Yeah, there's just singing coming November 19th. Have we mentioned that?
I watched it twice, but
yeah. You guys have got to come to Fayette, Alabama. I mean, it's spelled Fayett, Fayette, but it's really Fayette, F-E-T.
Yeah.
Fayette, Alabama.
say it
That's
as
where
if
y'all
it
are
was
coming.
spelled F-E-T. So
Yeah, if y'all come in there pronouncing it all correctly, J. Fayette or something, people ain't gonna know what you're talking about. So it's Fayette, okay?
Fayette.
Oh, yeah.
F-E-T, Fayette, Alabama. All right.
Fair.
But y'all come that night, 6 o'clock, Fayette Civic Center.
well, I know. Are some of y'all going to get to be with us next week too, or are we asking too much? Or
Yeah.
One of us to be with y'all, sure.
yeah,
to
if you
join us
can.
again
I
next
mean,
week.
we don't want to hog all your time, but we would
we'll
love
try to
to
do our best.
to come back and visit some. If you can find, if you can't find, we're going to be here putting out the word as best we can. But
Absolutely.
and I don't know. You said Mom was sitting across the table. It
Well,
may be some.
She was she didn't realize this was a video interview, and I said, "No, I think this is a video." She said, "Well, you're doing it by yourself." Then.
There you go. Understood.
I was like, man, I've been in radio for 37 years now. I know a little bit about the face for radio, and you do not fit that category. But anyway, that's all right.
But maybe next week she could be on.
All right. Well, man, we don't want to hold you up. We would sit here all night and visit with you if we could, but we don't want to hold you up. But thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us this evening. And before you go, I'm not going to make you sit and do it, but I wanted to play another song that's been a recent hit for you guys. He Rescued Me. What a powerful song that is.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about that one before you go.
Well, I'll tell you kind of the story of us doing that song. It's an old song from, I believe, the 70s, and Mom sang it back in the 90s. And Allie and I both grew up listening to her sing it. And when this last album was the first one we did with Wayne Hahn, and he does a great job. He writes all the orchestration for the live work. And I just told them, I said, I think it's time we bring this one back. And everybody kind of decided. And when they did the rhythm track and Allie sat down at the scratch vocal mic and started singing, I just got chills. I'll never forget that moment. Everybody felt it in the room. They were kind of practicing to kind of get a feel. They said, no, let's just stop. Let's go ahead and record it. It feels good. And as soon as it went out to radio, it's just been touching people. That song has helped so many people. And whatever you're going through today, no matter if it's grief or stress or just whatever it is, if you're lost, anxiety or whatever for you personally, whatever you're going through, he can rescue you. So listen to Allie sing, He Rescued Me.
Thanks again for joining us, man. Look forward to seeing you next Saturday.
All right.
Here's Endless Highway, and He Rescued Me.
On the stormy sea of sin, I was sinking, never to rise again. The winds and the waves around me crashing, you see it had battered and torn me within. Then he rescued me. I'm glad he rescued me. Death's arms around me as I struggle for my life, and I could see death's angels waiting there just to claim me for his bride. But in that hour of desperation, I almost lost my mind, but somehow I cried to Jesus and he saved me just in time. Then he rescued me. I'm glad he rescued me from the cold, dark waters of sin's troubled sea. Jesus rescued me. I have new life. I am free. When he reached down in love, I'm glad he reached down in love. My Jesus reached down in love, and he rescued me. Jesus rescued me. I have new life. I am free. When he reached down in love, my Jesus reached down in love, and he rescued me.
That's Endless Highway, and he rescued me. And so looking forward to them being with us a week from this Saturday night, which will be November 19th at 6 o'clock at the Fayette Civic Center. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too. And thanks to Jay Griggs for joining us this evening as well. Wait a minute. There we
Glad
go.
he
Now I
connected
got you.
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just judging by the way he was looking, I think everybody was there, but he was just the one that was picked to come on camera with us. But
Right, right.
hopefully they can be back with us next week and we can meet some more of them before they get here. So
Yeah. That will be good. And hey, you know, we've in past times we've gotten together, we've done a little bit of planning, and to be honest, all we planned this week is having Endless Highway on and playing a couple songs. So I didn't do a whole lot of, hey, Chris, let's do this and do this and do this. So
no, but I did go and get some other Endless Highway songs. I don't think we've played many of these, but
okay, I'm all for that.
we
then.
can
Let's
play some of them and listen to some of that. But some more haze from folks that have liked the broadcast or reacted to it. Let me see. Let me pull up my list here. Judy Armstrong and Margaret Corbett and Brenda St. Pierre. Of course, Loretta liked it too. Thank you, Loretta. Carol Duran, Kathy Holman Calloway, and Johnny Duran's all in tonight. So thank y'all for stopping by. Feel free to comment if you want to, if you're watching us live, and we'll acknowledge your presence. We'd love to see you and let you know that we appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us tonight. So I wanted to go back. You had played some music, Neal, from the Amazed album, which was the acoustic album that they did in 2018, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And I was listening back to some of that today, and a song that Faithful Friends had started singing that Ken Cook just fell in love all over with again.
Oh, yeah.
Is one that Endless Highway recorded on their Amazed album, and Van sings it and does a splendid job. So let's listen to Endless Highway sing Crumbs from the Table. How about that? Let's bring that one up.
Lord, bless your children who walk in perfection, who manage to master your will.
Brothers broadcast. Neal and Chris, glad to be back with you. And yeah, that's a little bit different version from what you may be used to hearing, but it is a splendid version indeed. Van did a wonderful job on Crumbs from the Table.
Much enjoyed.
What else you got?
You know, I had we can play another Endless Highway or two or three or four, but I had a song that did come across my playlist. I'm big to, over the years, I've collected literally thousands upon thousands of Southern gospel songs, and in this technology day, I can just put them all on a little memory card, and I can just say, go, and just randomize playing them. And that's, I like rediscover music a lot of times like that, and I was doing that the other day, and this song came up back in the, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s, somewhere in there. Me and a fellow, Brandon Porter, did a little syndicated radio program for several years there called Worldwide Southern Gospel. And really, the internet was really just kind of taking off, and it just intrigued me that you could play gospel music and people around the world could hear it, and so we did Worldwide Southern Gospel. And one of the things we did on there was I'd go out the internet and just start hunting, just start searching for people that have shared their music out there. And we had a segment called The Best You've Never Heard. Mm-hmm. And at this time, I found this particular quartet. Now, years later, this quartet, I know Mike Presnell actually sang with this quartet for a while after the Perfect Heart days. But at this time, I hadn't heard of this group, and they wasn't really known on the national scene. Quartet called Safe Harbor. And I just fell in love with that project called Walking the Way that they did back. It was somewhere between 98 and 2002, somewhere in that range. And this song came up today, and it got replayed about 4 times because I remembered how much I liked it when it got going. I thought, hey, let's share that with the folks tonight. It's just a good quartet number, got a bass run in there. Boy, Randy Shelnutt would be so proud it features a bass, And some of you get what I'm talking about. But let me play. Let's see if it works for me to play. I don't know. Sometimes I get kind of off track when I try to play a song, but let me see if I can do that right now. This is called, and I don't even have a picture to show y'all or what the cover looked like or anything, but listen to this song. I bet you'll like it if you like gospel music. It's called City So Fair.
I see my blessed Lord. Gonna lay down my heavy load and there pick up my blessed reward in that city so fair.
When I reach that city so bright and fair, gonna walk up streets of gold and see my blessed Savior there in that city so fair.
Well, when I get there on that morning and I see my blessed Lord, gonna lay down my heavy load and there pick up my blessed reward in that city so fair.
Now on that blessed morning, when His face I see, gonna shout and sing through ages long throughout eternity. In that city so fair.
Well, I'm gonna shout and sing to places there. I'm gonna rule and it's gonna flood my soul while the ages roll and I live there evermore over on the golden shore.
When I reach that city,
heavenly city fair. Well, when I get there on that morning and I see my blessed Lord, gonna lay down my heavy load and there pick up my blessed reward in that city so fair. In that city so fair. In that city so fair.
Rev it up, boys! Lang, lang. Oh, that's good. That's real good.
You ever
I
heard
like
that track?
I don't think I have. If I did, I forgot about it. But
That ain't one that ain't been out there a whole lot, I don't think. But boy, that song just, you know, it lights my fire. My wood ain't wet. It cranks my tractor. All them things, you know.
And I was thinking a while ago when we were listening to Endless Highway and then deciding what we were going to play, that another kind of roundabout that we're going to bring Endless Highway into it. I don't think you or I, either one, have a better friend who happens to sing gospel music than Mark Bishop. And Mark, on his latest album called Some Distant Mountain, got Allie to come in and sing on a couple of songs with him.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd play one of them. Is that all right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, there again, I didn't go and pull the Mark's cover. We may get it before the song ends and put it up there. But while we're working on that, wait a minute. Let's see. Don Dollar's going back to the previous song. He sounds like Keith Plott. Was that who was that bass singer? Do you know?
I am not
was
sure.
That, okay,
I'm
it
not
may have
sure
been.
who was singing bass
know.
back then. Yeah.
But who was the group again? Remind the folks.
Safe Harbor.
Safe Harbor. Yeah.
Safe Harbor.
It may have been Keith Plott. I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd play this song from Mark Bishop, getting some help from Allie Griggs of Endless Highway, and one called Across the River.
Ever since a little child, I heard my mother tell me often of the streets of gold, and I can see them clearly. A vivid picture in my mind, a place that I consider to be a vision of the land that waits across the river. There'll be no pain that comes with death, hearts will never be broken. No, and there shall no regret, no harsh words will be spoken. I'll leave behind a worried mind, trouble far behind me, and step upon the grassy banks where trouble cannot find me. Carry me o'er the muddy waters, there to touch my feet upon the shore. Carry me, and all the sons and daughters, till we lay our eyes upon the Lord. There'll be no early morning chill that causes me to shiver. I shall lay this form aside before I cross the river. Over on the other shore I saw my Father beckon. So long that I have seen his face, I'll tarry for a second. Mother dear, her voice so clear, thought I heard her calling. Hurry home, it's getting late, soon the night is falling. Should you go before I do, this message please deliver to Mom and Dad, that someday soon I too shall cross the river. Carry me o'er the muddy waters, there to touch my feet upon the shore. Carry me, and all the sons and daughters, till we lay our eyes upon the Lord. When the twilight of my life is come and night is falling, when I close my eyes in death and hear the Savior calling, when I whisper sad goodbyes to family gathered round me, I wonder if they'll see the holy angels that surround me. Shed no tear when days are done, this land is not forever. Forever is the place we'll meet, when we shall cross that river.
Bet you didn't know you was going to get a little river dance music when you tuned in tonight. But that's Mark Bishop in Across the River, getting some help from Allie Griggs of Endless Highway. So that
That's
was
good. Good.
another little kind of come out of nowhere kind of deal tonight. So, and she also was on the first song that he released from that album that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Like a Songbird That Has Fallen. She was on that one as well. So,
Okay.
but
There
yeah,
you go. Expanding what Endless Highway does to Riverdance music as well.
yeah. So,
Since Allie was a part of that.
yeah.
And hey, I went looking, and Don Dollar is exactly right. I went digging in some Southern Gospel history files, and Keith Plott was the bass singer of Safe Harbor at that time.
There you
So
go.
he was all over. Of course, later sang with Mercy's Way, Brian Free and Assurance, and I think he even did a time with the Lefevre Quartet. But yep, that was him. You're all over it, Don.
Good job, Don. Appreciate that. So anything else we're going to tell or play, or we're going to
Well, we just got to make sure
pull up
folks
about
come.
45 minutes tonight?
Yeah.
Or there it is.
Right, tell them about that. Y'all need to come. Please come. I'll beg you to come. Just come. We want to keep having these singings here, and the only way we can do it is if people want to hear it and if people come out. And so y'all come that night. Share the word. Tell somebody that you know just doesn't even know what's going to happen, and tell them and convince them to come that night.
Yep.
They'll hear the gospel. I can promise you that. They'll hear the gospel in the songs that Faithful Friend sings, and the songs that Chosen Witness sings, and I know for a fact you'll hear it in Endless Highways music as well. Won't cost you a dime to come. Just come and worship and enjoy. You will have an opportunity to give to just help support the events going forward, but not required. We want you to come. You know, sometimes I wonder. I mean, some people say that you'll have a bigger crowd if you'll charge if you charge for it, because it'll appear to be it's a bigger thing. You got to pay to get in, and I really don't want to test that. But I mean, if we charge $10 tickets, I mean, would the house be overflowing? I don't know, but I'm not going to try, because I don't want you to have to pay to come. I just want y'all to come. Just help us share the word.
Yep. And if you have been to our first two, and I know a lot of people that have been to both of the first two that we did with the Dixie Echoes and the Lefevre Quartet, they can attest to it, that it's one of the better concerts that you'll attend as far as the groups that are there. And what is it? He who tooteth not his own horn, the same shall not be tooteth. But Chosen Witness is one of the best groups out there, and Faithful Friends, for four old guys and a piano, as Jay said a while ago, which we don't have a piano. We just got a band in a box, but we can hold our own sometimes. I mean, I don't think we've embarrassed ourselves too bad, but
No. And I think it'll be one of the most relaxed events and concerts you'll ever attend. We don't want it to be so big, people are scared to walk out there, or that you're scared to sneeze if you have to, and I don't be sneezing all night. But I just mean I want it to be laid back and just comfortable, just like you sitting on your couch at the house, just listening to some good music. That's how we want it to be. Now, when God gets a hold of it and the Spirit starts moving, who knows how it's going to be then. You may have to just fall to your face because you feel His presence so close. But we just want you to come and relax and enjoy the music.
But yeah, that's a week from Saturday night. A week from this coming Saturday night, November 19th, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So
that's right.
It'll be your last chance to come and just kick back and relax and enjoy it before all the fun stuff starts. As far as family coming in and cooking all day and beating up somebody over an Xbox on Black Friday and all that kind of stuff. So we want you to forget about all of that for a while and just come and enjoy a good time in the Lord at the Fayette Civic Center on November 19th.
Yep. And I mentioned last week, Chris, that we'll probably, after the 19th, we'll probably just take a break through Thanksgiving and on through December time as far as our live streams go, and probably pick it back up in January and remind y'all to get ready again. We got March, July, and November of next year coming as well. Lord willing, we're still going to try to make some plans, and if He allows
we'll show
it to
you
happen,
that right
it's gonna
quick
happen.
too.
Oh yeah, Dixie Echoes annual thing. How about that? We're going to bring them back again in March, and then July, I'm telling you, Tribute Quartet is one of the top male quartets in the country right now. No doubt about it. And they're going to come to Fayette, Alabama and be with us that night. And then the Mylan Hayes family will, what do they say? Bless your socks off.
Yep.
Mylan Hayes and his wife and their three kids, blood harmony like you'll never hear it. I mean, you talking
a year from this Friday.
That's right. We're more than a year away, but we still want y'all to know we're serious about these events. They're going to happen again, Lord willing. But we got live requests. You gonna feel Billy Boo Boo Shaw's request? I think you ought to give him a Faithful Friend song if you got it.
Well, no, let me see. Hang on. Put it up there so everybody will know what we're talking about while I'm looking. So.
Yeah, Boo says give us some Faithful Friends and Chosen Witness before you quit. So
give me a second. Let me find it.
Yeah, we're going to go back and get some more old stuff when we start back next year and some of the people we used to sing with and do a lot of the memories too. And I've already got about 3 people lined up that's going to be on live with us, once we start back next year. It's going to be fun.
All right. Sounds good to me. I don't know. Let's see. Where is it? I was looking to see. Yeah, here we go. Let's just go out with a good quartet song from Faithful Friends. You want to?
Let's do it.
Let's see if I can get it going here, and let's just do some Living in Canaan. How about that?
Especially
if it'll
for
play. Well, it won't play for some reason. Let me see. Hang on, I'm trying. There we go.
Hey, Joe Brown.
Egypt was once my home, I was a slave. Helpless and sin did roam, love light did crave. But when I looked up to heaven's dome, Christ came to save. I'm living in Canaan now. Living on Canaan's side, Egypt behind. Crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied, no longer blind. Living with Jesus up in Canaan now. Satan may have you bound with fetters strong. Look up to higher ground, 'twill not be long till Christ the Savior your soul is found. You'll sing this song, I'm living in Canaan now. Living on Canaan's side, Egypt behind. Crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied, no longer blind. Living with Jesus up in Canaan right now. Living on Canaan's side, Egypt behind. Crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied. My soul is satisfied. My soul is satisfied. My soul is satisfied. Living with Jesus up in Canaan right now. We have heard the joyful sound. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Strength tides all around. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Bear the news to every land. Climb the steeps and cross the ways. Onward 'tis our Lord's command. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Sing above the battle strife. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. By his death and endless life, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Sing it softly through the gloom, when the heart for mercy craves. Sing in triumph for the tomb. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Give the winds a mighty voice. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Let the nations now rejoice. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Shout salvation full and free. Highest hills and deepest caves. This our song of victory. Jesus saves.
That's Chosen Witness and Jesus Saves, right after we heard from Faithful Friends and Living in Canaan. Now, I know that's not the album that song was on, but it is the personnel that was on that album. So I thought that was close enough for Horseshoes. Is that all right,
That's
Neil?
correct.
Okay. Well, all right. We have had a time. Once again, thank you to Jay Griggs for joining us, and I hope that y'all will be in Fayette, Alabama, at the Fayette Civic Center on Saturday night, November 19th at 6 o'clock for Endless Highway, Chosen Witness, and Faithful Friends. Lola the Wonder Dog has been so patient back there. She's been right there over my shoulder all night long for most of it anyway. So, yeah, she hears me talking about her now. She got to see what's going on, But thank you for joining us tonight, and Lord willing, we'll see. Is it next Wednesday? Is that when we're going to do it?
Next Wednesday night, come back and see who will we see with Endless Highway next week.
Yes, indeed. So all minds clear.
All minds clear.
All right. See y'all next time. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.